on that incredible win for Watford and stunning defeat for the league leaders Liverpool, who have lost now just 5 league games in 95 matches. Jurgen Klopp not used to this kind of scenario, and actually when you look at his biggest defeats since taking over Liverpool in the Premier League, it's 2 of them are against Watford in his first season, just a couple of months after arriving, and then today's 3-0 defeat is right up there, and that really does put the shock into context.
Well, it does, and as I said a minute ago, it's totally deserved. Watford were brilliant from minute one. I've never seen Liverpool's defence make so many mistakes. You know, there was excuses for that Manchester City. They went down to 10 men and whatever, but not many excuses today. I thought they were really sloppy throughout, and even, or just as worrying, didn't really look like scoring at the other end.
I think it's just one of the bad day at the office, I think they call it. I thought they had a bad day in every capacity, really, and I just thought Watford outperformed Liverpool by every player. So sometimes you've got to hold your hands up, so you were well beaten, and they were. They've beaten everybody comfortably this season. Today they got beaten by Watford.
And the way the game was going, it was no surprise to see Watford take the lead.
No, not at all. I mean, at half-time, there was 7 shots to 1 in Watford's favour, and you see this. I mean, I'm going to put a little bit of blame on all 4 of Liverpool's players here. You know, the back 4, Trent, Lovren, Van Dijk, and then you've got just out of pitch on the back post, you've got Andy Robertson as well. And you just watch Trent's reaction. I mean, it doesn't affect him in the way, but he ambles back. Lovren grabbing hold of his man. Van Dijk can easily knock it out of play. And on the back post, Robertson asleep. All 4 of them, you could attach some type of blame to them.
Yeah. I mean, Lovren gets pinned, but Robertson's got to feel this because, look, he's in an advantage. He knows exactly there's only one place that ball's going. It's in there, and he's just got to get there. He's got to get there first, but look who's quicker. It's just and those tiny details added up in the game, whether it was Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, or Van Dijk, or Lovren's late, Van Dijk's late. You never see these mistakes from Liverpool. And sometimes I think Klopp will use this as a good learning lesson. You can get punished if you're not at your best. I thought Doucouré was terrific. Sarr was terrific. They just had more energy than Liverpool, and you never say that about a team playing against Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, I mean, none of those mistakes I've just mentioned are real howlers. Maybe Robertson should be smelling a danger. But it's just so unlike Liverpool to make small mistakes, and all 4 you can blame a little bit, a little segment to each of the positions there from the back 4, and it's, as I say, it's just so rare that happens.
Now, Ismail Sarr, incredibly, in his career in the league, has never scored 2 goals in a game until today against the unbeaten Premier League leaders.
I know, it was a brilliant goal. I mean, if you just pause the ball here, you think, within a few seconds, how are Watford going to score from this situation?
And actually,
but they do, of course.
It's brilliant from Will Hughes. And the thing is, Sarr's the quickest player on the football pitch. And if he's got that space to run into, then I just want to highlight Van Dijk. Just watch Van Dijk here. Mo, just run it on just slightly. Watch him. He's worried as the ball's going to go out from Will Hughes, stays in. Van Dijk gestures that it's almost gone out. Look, so he's distracted. He's not focusing on Sarr. Watch this. Bang, he's got a head start on him. And he's so quick. And these little mistakes don't happen normally to this Liverpool team. And in a way, if he's got that space to run into Sarr, he's unplayable. And that's what he never had, an end product.
What about the finish, Michael?
The finish was great. I mean, as he's running through, I'm shouting, dink, dink. That's the one.
You did, actually, yeah.
That's the one finish. The ball through there from Deeney takes a deflection. I don't think it was meant. But when the goalkeeper comes running out to you like that, then it's either a slide near post, but if the goalkeeper gets his angles right, yeah, basically blocks your whole view of the goal, and you've got to lift it. And he took the perfect touch. It wasn't just about the finish. It was the perfect second to last touch that entices the goalkeeper out, makes him dive at your feet, and then you lift it.
He was involved in the 3rd goal, Owen, as well, but it's not one that Trent Alexander-Arnold will want to see again in a hurry.
No, I mean, these mistakes just kind of added up continually throughout the game. Lovren, he needs to do better against Deeney there. That ball's not on. But I actually credit Sarr for just kind of instinctively getting into there, and they were just so good in every. I mean, Lovren's got to do better, hasn't he?
He has. He's weak, and in this situation. But just watch Trent now. If I give the ball away, that Abbey's sprinting back in. He just ambles back. I think he can get back to Troy Deeney. It's a brilliant finish from Deeney. But again, if I've made this mistake, I'm thinking, oh no, recover, get back in. And I just think
he can probably
block
block the shot from Deeney, can he? If he's
exactly.
a yard or two quicker.
Yeah, it's just unlike Liverpool. Again, Lovren there, he made 4 or 5 mistakes today that, you know, you just think with Joe Gomez in there, he's just looked like a real safe pair of hands.
He hasn't played since December the 7th in the Premier League. Not an excuse. Is it understandable? Is it hard to come into a team hitting these kind of standards?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was between him and Matip, obviously, who was going to play. Not sure I was surprised that it was Lovren was given the nod, but I think as a centre-half in Liverpool's team, with the protection that you get, I mean, it's one of the easier positions to come back into. Obviously, when Watford are in this type of form, it was never going to be easy, and especially Troy Deeney up front as well. You've got a real battering ram of a centre-forward playing up against you, and then you've got real pace either side. It's probably the worst combination that any defence want to play against.
Now, of course, you and I watched Nigel Pearson's very first game in charge at Anfield back in December. The irony being, they started that game very well, and Ismail Sarr, in front of the Kop, had a golden opportunity.
Well, they were brilliant in this game, and a lot of people, including myself, looked at it and thought, you know, Watford probably deserved something out of the game. They missed so many chances, and this was probably one of the better ones.
A sweet moment today.
How can you go from 0 to hero in the space of a month or so? But it's obviously great for Sarr today. He's been the star man.
Yeah, I think he'll just be proud of the players that they were able to play against the best team in the country with so much confidence. They didn't just sit in and defend. They actually, you know, they smelt that they could get a result, 0-0 at half-time. And they didn't sit in the second half again. They came again. And the goals were there, and they were just terrific. They played so well.
And after that game at Anfield, Ismail Sarr caught up with his international teammate Sadio Mane of Senegal, who he looks up to as his big brother, and they had a conversation in the tunnel at Anfield after the game.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And enjoy your Christmas, bro. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Thank you. Take off my boy, yeah? He's okay. But he's shy boy, So if I he needs to speak English, he's working. He's working. Oh, for it, yeah? Good boy. See you later. Check it.
It'll be a very different conversation between Messrs Mane and Sarr today, I would imagine.
But I think Sadio Mane knew Ismail Sarr had that in him. That's why they signed him, Watford. And to be fair, to show it in a game like this will only just make...
All-round, Owen.
Everything. And the thing is, physically he's big, but he's quick. I think he's working on his close control. I think the only thing that at times has let him down is his end product. But all of a sudden today, it just seemed to all come together in form. And I don't care how good your defence is, the best in Premier League, with his athleticism, he's impossible to defend against, isn't he, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got pace and you can time your runs, then you're on to a winner, aren't you?
That could have been a hat-trick.
It would have, yeah. Just needs a little bit more bend on it. He could maybe have gone round the goalkeeper. I certainly wouldn't criticise him for the attempted finish there. But brilliant, and he's only just come back from injury. Came on a sub the other day against United, and starting today. He's you would have thought
you can see why they paid £30 million for him at the start.
Definitely, yeah. And as I say, straight away in the game nowadays, if you're an attacking player, a wide player, if you've got raw pace, searing pace like that, then you're gonna turn heads, and people will want you. Then if you've got an end product, well, then you're going to be talking big numbers. 2 goals for Ismail Sarr today. 5 goals Liverpool have now conceded this week alone. Let's get the post-match thoughts now of Virgil van Dijk.
Well, Virgil, you knew this would come one day, that you couldn't just keep winning forever, but why do you think it happened tonight? Why were you beaten?
I think, first of all, credit to Watford. You know, they deserved it. If you look at the game, I think the chances they created, they stick to their plan, and obviously they scored 3 goals, and I don't think we created too many big opportunities. So we shouldn't take the credit to Watford away. Obviously we want to look at ourselves with most of the things, and we have to improve again. But you know, it's a tough one to take. But it's football as well.
Defensively, and we don't often say it about you as a team, but did you feel vulnerable tonight?
Well, if you concede 3 goals, you know, that's something that we didn't have for quite a while. So obviously we have to improve, and as a team, in total, and yeah, we will. Obviously, what I said, I think it's very tough to take this one, but Yeah, I think the only positive thing might be that we have a FA Cup game in a couple of days again, a very good one again. So yeah, it is what it is.
Why do you think that defensive vulnerability has crept in maybe in the last week then? Because before that you were just shutting team after team out completely.
Well, I don't think I agree too much with you. I think the last game, one set piece and one good goal. Today, obviously, it should be better, clear as that. But obviously, I think if you look at the whole season, we've been pretty good defensively. We have the most clean sheets, I think, in the league. So, but we know there is room for improvement, and we will. That's a good thing about our mentality. And we won't walk away from this either. You know, we have to improve, we have to do better, and it's not acceptable that we lose here 3-0, and also I think the way as well.